Electric unicycles. What are they? Why do they exist? And how does every city seem to have one dude silently gliding around on one? How's it going, guys? I'm Jim, and today we're going to be diving into the world of these one-wheeled anachronisms. Most people have heard of electric bicycles before, but the term electric unicycle, or EUC, isn't really that common yet. And if you haven't heard it before, don't sweat it. That's just what being normal is like. And if you're familiar with the term or you ride these things yourself, you can probably see where I'm going with this. At its core, an electric unicycle is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's an electric vehicle with one wheel in the middle and a concerning lack of handlebars. And despite that frankly absurd design, people absolutely love these things. And they've gone from a weird internet novelty to, against all visible evidence, a legitimate form of transportation. And I remember seeing these things doing 30, 35 miles an hour and thinking, oh, cool, so humanity's found a brilliant new way to fire themselves into traffic. So you can imagine my surprise when I saw that they are now capable of doing 90 miles per hour. And while manufacturers are pushing things like bigger batteries, more power, higher top speed, there's a basic problem that hasn't changed. Let me talk you through that. So when a car loses power, not a huge deal. You roll to the side of the road, you stop the car, you assess your situation. Essentially the same thing with a motorcycle. You've still got two wheels under you. You just roll to the side of the road, stop the vehicle, assess the situation. When an electric unicycle loses power, physics takes over immediately. And these things don't just cut out because of mechanical failure or like a software glitch. They're actually designed to do it if you try to demand more power than the motor can produce. That's not really such a big deal at walking speeds, but if you're going 50 miles an hour, that cutout can be catastrophic. But despite all that, despite these things being genuinely sketchy, people love them. People absolutely love them. And honestly, if you're anything like me, you can probably see why. They are obviously very fast. They are small enough to be stored basically anywhere. And I suspect they could possibly be the most efficient way to confuse anybody over the age of 55. But maybe you're not like me. Maybe you need more than that to understand the appeal. Maybe you're sitting there right now thinking, okay, Jim, these are small electric man cannons with tenacious steering and catastrophic worst-case scenarios. What would motivate you to make this video from a safe emotional distance? And well, the simple answer is, I'm not. I've been riding these for about a year now after getting into them through longboarding, and honestly, they're just ridiculously fun. Some of the more eagle-eyed viewers may have already noticed I'm riding the P6, which is currently the fastest EUC on the market. Now, to be clear, I've never gotten anywhere near 90 miles an hour on this thing, but 55 is getting pretty casual. And the weirdest thing is, I stopped feeling insane pretty quickly. The first time I got up onto one of these things, my brain was screaming at me that this is impossible, I can't do it, I wasted my money. But after a couple weeks, I was carving through traffic at highway speeds, listening to music, and behaving like this is somehow a normal thing for a human being to be doing. Now, at this point, there's probably one question on most people's minds. Have I crashed yet? And the answer to that is absolutely yes. I'm not going to go into the whole story, but it was a pretty serious crash. I wasn't wearing elbow pads when it happened, and I suffered the consequences. I think that's kind of the most important thing with these devices. If you don't respect the machine, eventually it'll teach you why you should. But at the same time, not every EUC is some 80-mile-an-hour hypersport missile. If the idea seems fun, but you're too psychologically stable to go 50 miles an hour on a unicycle, they make smaller ones too. Lighter, slower, more casual stuff. Here I'm riding my V11Y, and I mostly just use it for walking and playing with my dog Doug. I really love being able to keep up with him when he's running on pretty much any terrain, and it definitely seems like he enjoys it too. Alright guys, that about does it for my perspective on electric unicycles. Hopefully I piqued your interest a little bit, or at the very least, entertained you for a few minutes. If you stuck around to the end, I genuinely appreciate you watching. Feel free to leave a comment with any criticisms or compliments you have for me. And if you suddenly start noticing a guy gliding around your city, don't say I didn't warn you.